Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Very excited for today's beer. I'm actually in Washington, D.C. It's why it looks a little different. My wife had a conference down here, and I had the time off of work, so I decided to come and tag along. Right now, she's in some meeting or presentation or something. So I walked across the street. It's kind of snowy here, but I did. I walked across the street to a cool beer store. They had a lot of cool stuff, but I wanted something local. So I went with Ghost of Felix. And it has this Pac-Man theme, like you see, like instead of cherries, it has hops, has a ghost, and actually the background it spells out Ghost of Felix. We see some wheat there, and so yeah, it caught my eye. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I don't know this I've seen some beers that kind of use the retro video game stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't recognize this Pac-Man themed one. And then I saw it was local from Solace Brewing out of where is it? Sterling, Virginia. And then I saw that it was a barrel aged stout. And I said, okay, awesome, perfect. They had a lot of the Goose Island Bourbon County products and variants and stuff, but they were upcharging like crazy. So I was not going to buy them, but it kind of put me in the mood for something like this. So it really was like this perfect storm. And these were, I want to say it was like $18.99 a 4-pack for these 16 ounces. I just bought one can. But yeah, it's 10% ABV, barrel-aged imperial stout, aged in KO Distilling whiskey barrels. And again, it's Solace Brewing out of Sterling, Virginia. And I forgot to say this, the background map spells out Ghost of Felix as well, which is kind of cool. But I have the proper hotel glassware. Keep looking at the wrong spot for where the camera is on my phone. I don't usually use my phone when I record these. But anyway, yeah, really excited for this. Rinsed out the glass. I don't know if it's if it'll be. Is that annoying? I'll keep it there. Let's see. Yeah, that is pretty darn dark. And again, improper glass where the lighting is just a hotel light. But yeah, I mean, it's super dark. For 10%, I thought maybe I'd see like a little bit like brown or something, but no, man, it's definitely dark. Barely had any head. What's there is kind of sticking, it's mocha head for sure. Looks like a big stout. Let's get into the aroma. Definitely a whiskey forward aroma. I don't know if I ever talked about this on camera, but for how much I like, bourbon barrel aged, whiskey barrel aged beers, I don't really drink that stuff straight ever or on the rocks. And I think I like those flavors, but I like them diluted in something like a stout. So I probably should kind of delve into that on the rocks or something, kind of, expand my horizons and push my palate. But it definitely, although not being a whiskey or bourbon expert, definitely has that as a forward aroma. Definitely the actual liquor, but that barrel, the wood, the vanilla, all that stuff, which I know that wood and vanilla gets, imparted into the whiskey itself, but you definitely get that. Some roast, some chocolate in there. The roast borders on coffee, but if I was doing this blind, I wouldn't think it had coffee in it, at least based on the aroma, but that roastiness is approaching coffee level. And yeah, that chocolate is super nice and pleasant. That note is fighting its way through the whiskey as well. It's not. I don't want to harp on that. It's not overly boozy in the aroma. It doesn't smell exactly like just there's whiskey in the glass. But for me, that is the main thing that's sticking out. But yeah, it has me really excited to get into the taste. Cheers. It's pretty good. Nice cherry note, and not like, oh, it's beer's going bad. It's here. I'll change it for their part of the beer review. I don't like that as much. Yeah, nice cherry note. Not that I think it's infected or anything. It just has that, mixed in with the stout, which is super pleasant. Maybe because it's only 10%, and I've been having some really big ABV versions of this style. It's a little thin. Medium minus, kind of a mouthfeel. Similar to the aroma, that chocolate, very pleasant. There's that cherry. Some vanilla's coming through. I would have thought actually that I would get more of the whiskey and the taste. It's there, but I actually get maybe a hair more of the oak. Yeah, I might get more of the actual barrel, and then not far behind, but secondary to that is the actual whiskey taste. The vanilla is quite nice in there. It's a good beer. It's solid. I don't know if I'm coming across like on camera how much I like it or not. In a way, it's easy drinking. It's good, that roast. Like I was saying, the aroma too, like the roast, although approaching coffee, there's no way if I was doing this blind, I'd say it has coffee as an adjunct. But that roast is there. It feels like it has to fight its way through, and but it's in there well. It's good. I would like to try the base beer. I think there's a good stout in there as well, and I don't see barrel aged imperial stout how long it was aged in the barrel for, but the aroma kind of tricked me into thinking it was going to have way more of the liquor taste in it. But yeah, I mean, it's just a super solid representation of this style. If you have something like a Black Tuesday, and it's, that's like too syrupy, something like Goose Islands, Bourbon County. If that it seems too syrupy, but you like the flavors there, this would be a really good version of that. If you like that big syrupy sweet thing, this is not the beer for you. I like both, which I'm fortunate that way. For it being, I don't know if I said this, 4 months old, almost exactly to the day. It does, it has warmth, but it's definitely not burning. And again, it's 10%, which I've been drinking enough of these that if it's hidden even a little bit, I don't think it's going to provide too much burning for me. It does not. Nice warmth, and again, it's snowing out, so something that's a little warming is certainly welcome. But yeah, good solid beer. These guys should be proud of that. I think they've only been open as a brewery a couple of years. The guy at the beer store, I also bought an IPA from these guys, but the guy at the beer store said that IPA has a really good reputation, again, especially for a newer brewery. So I'm wondering if this is the first time they've barrel aged a stout. Yeah, I want to say it's like 2 years old of a brewery. But yeah, I think they're doing a good job with it. Yeah, it's good. I think I run my course. It throws me off when I'm like not in my room doing it. Like I have such a routine and stuff. But anyway, yeah, good beer, solid. Despite how I might be coming across right now. Check me out on Instagram and Untapped. No Hype Beer Reviews at both those places. So always please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.